Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out top 10 very British problems.
So many problems, so little time. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 very British problems.
Hey you, long time no see. How's the pumpernickel today, Dry? Better try a sample.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Right.
For this list, we've looked at everyday issues, annoyances, fears, worries, and anxieties that only British people will truly understand. Grab yourself a brew, and let's get started.
What could they be? Rain? Running out of tea? The chocolate tastes too good? Not enough baked beans? Too much good music? The actors are too good? The Spanish Inquisition could be a British problem. I hear a big British problem is spotted dick. I don't know. Tell me.
I held so many doors open in my life now that if I hold a door open and someone doesn't say thank you, I now will say, no, thank you.
Number 10, the British summertime.
It's hotter than the sun.
Okay.
The second it becomes even a little bit hotter in Britain, everything changes. Everyone wants a barbecue, everyone wants a paddling pool, and everyone wants to take off most of their clothing at any given opportunity. Failing that, we head straight to the nearest beer garden or picnic table and parasol. In general, if the sun's out, we're out. Problem is, high summer in these parts can last anywhere from 2 hours to 2 months. And if you do plan a barbecue, you can bet some freak thunderstorm will arrive mid-afternoon to ruin the party.
The British summertime. So the problem is that it also rains. That doesn't seem like a huge problem to me. That seems like an inconvenience at most, right? I guess that's why that's number 10. What's the weather like in the UK right now? It's springtime. Let's look at the weather in Liverpool, England. It's now 60 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy. Sunset's at 9 o'clock. It's gonna rain next week. That sounds lovely. That's a problem, I guess.
Will arrive mid-afternoon to ruin the party. Number 9, Jaffa cakes.
Oh my god. What? I've got some f***ing Jaffa cakes in my coat pocket.
The humble Jaffa cake is a staple in most British households. Trouble is, it's almost impossible to eat them without quoting an advert or getting into an age-old debate. Because who can say they don't still find themselves contemplating lunar cycles while eating these things? The full moon, half moon, total eclipse tagline will simply never disappear. But the big question is, do these sweet treats belong in the cake or the biscuit family? The name says cake, but they live alongside biscuits in most major supermarkets. On what side of the debate do you stand? Answer in the comments section.
Jaffa cakes.
The apples still look pretty good, so everyone should check those out.
How is that a problem? What is the problem? Is the problem that you don't know whether it's a cake or a biscuit? It's a biscuit, but it's called a cake. It's just the name. How is this a problem? Yo, I feel like there are bigger problems than this. I mean, it's number 9 on the list of 10, but what about, like, rats? What about all those murders in Whitechapel? Jack the Rippers? Or Brexit? What about unemployment? What about the miners' strike? Jaffa cakes? They look amazing. I've never had one. I would love to try one, but that's me. That's my problem. Yo, life in Britain is good if number 9 on the list is that you can't eat a Jaffa cake without quoting a commercial or debating whether it's a cake or a biscuit. Life is good. Life is really good. I got bigger problems, but I ignore them. What's problem number 8?
Number 8, the ice cream van.
Ice cream.
Rowan Atkinson. Here's a cartoon.
The cheerful sound of the ice cream van, prompting kids to plead with their parents for a rocket lolly, cornetto, or the classic 99. The adults themselves are often thrown into crisis though, debating whether, at their age, it's still socially acceptable for them to run from their front doors screaming for a Solero.
I say
it totally
yes.
is, by the way.
I was just asking, some vans sell them?
Well, we certainly don't. This is a family van. You beat it.
One weird downside though is that these things routinely show up at really irregular times. Saturday, midday in the middle of summer, nothing. Thursday, 11 AM in the dead of winter, the jingle kicks in, leaving us to question the absurdity of life.
Yeah, life in Britain is amazing. This is number 8. There are 2 ice cream trucks that drive by my apartment I kind of don't trust them. One of them is a dude with a cart, and the other's a truck. I guess I trust the truck more than the dude with the cart. But these days, you kind of can't. I don't think I would trust it. I didn't realize that Mr. Bean had an animated series. They even captured his mole correctly. Yeah, let's go.
Number 7, free samples.
You know, you're like a sample abuser. That's what you are. You're abusing your sampling privileges.
No one's opposed to getting free stuff, whether it's samples to promo a new product at the supermarket or a free taster of the newest tipple at your local bar. But once the initial excitement is over, the awkwardness sets in, as whoever offered you the sample tries to sell you a year's worth of the stuff. You don't want to be judged for trying and not buying, but you really don't want to actually purchase anything either. It's time to make your excuses, leave, and feel bad about it afterwards.
Okay, this does seem like a British problem. That it's the awkward moment when you've had the sample and that person's trying to sell you the product. I feel like a British person has this, they feel like they have an obligation to be polite to the person. They got to come up with an excuse as to why they're not buying it, or that they liked it but not enough to buy it. Social awkward politeness etiquette thing. I see it. I get that. Americans don't care. Like this lady. She's American. She's just going to take advantage of the free samples, which is why Larry David is calling her out. Most Americans will not even be fazed by taking a free sample and walking off. This is a very British problem.
Number 6, the 5 AM airport point. Unwritten rule number 1. Your holiday starts the second you set foot inside the airport. It doesn't matter how early your flight is or how clearly you crave a standard breakfast of toast and coffee, you must start as you mean to go on, with the fullest of full Englishes and a nice cold pint of whatever's on tap.
Nice.
Who cares that you'll be travelling for the next 5 hours or that it's still dark outside? Buy a beer, take a photo, post on social media. It's the 3-step rule to guaranteed fun. Obviously. Maybe. Probably not, but we do it anyway.
So the problem is that when you're on vacation, you have to start drinking right away as soon as you get to the airport. Yo, life in Britain is great. That's a wonderful problem. Good work. I love what you've created. I want to go to a British airport. I want to travel with y'all and drink beer at 5 a.m.
Number 5. No, after you. As overly polite Brits, the simple use of doors can make for really awkward situations. There's rules to follow, people, even if no one's really that sure what those rules are. When's the right time to hold the door open for someone? And how long is too long before you've actually made it more inconvenient than it otherwise would have been? And what if there are multiple doors? There are only so many variations of thank you, cheers, and much obliged after all. And don't even get us started on door etiquette in the lift. More often than not, we'll just take the stairs.
When do you hold the door open for people? I guess I'll do it whenever it's convenient for me. Like this guy here, I wouldn't hold the door for him. That's way too far away. I feel like the distance that the person is from the door and whether or not I will hold the door open is directly correlated to my mood and my mental state. Right? It's so annoying when someone doesn't say thank you after you hold the door for them. Why is that? There's a power dynamic there. I put myself out for you, and you didn't even say thank you. Doesn't cost you anything. Just say thank you. Or cheers, right?
Number 4, proving we are not thieves. It's kind of natural to worry at least a little bit about what other people think of you, and no one wants to be deemed a lawbreaker, especially when you're definitely doing no such thing. Popping into the shop, having a browse, but not actually buying anything is a particular problem for some, because obviously everyone else immediately assumes you're a shoplifter.
Why are you about 15p?
Well, no one assumes that, but you feel as though they must do. Putting petrol in your car is another cause for irrational concern. Best jog to the kiosk so they're definitely aware that you intend to pay for your fuel, eh?
This is also a very British problem, worrying about what other people think about you. We all do it some, but I think the British do it a lot. It's such a strange effect that the people who are more self-conscious about things will get accused of more things. It's like a chicken and the egg phenomena. Mr. Bean's not doing anything wrong, but because those cops are looking at him, it makes him a little nervous and maybe extra fidgety, putting his hands in his pockets, and you look suspicious, right? So weird. Life is so much better when you don't care what other people think about you. It's hard to do. He's right, though. No one's looking at you. No one cares.
Number 3, the price of Freddos. We all know that inflation happens, prices go up, and people moan about it. But some things are just too sacred, and the Freddo is everyone's favourite fall guy, offering failsafe proof that the economy has gone to the dogs. A favourite treat for 90s kids everywhere. There was a time when they cost but a single 10p piece, and that's plain or caramel. Nowadays, the original chocolate frog costs an eye-watering 25p or more. And here's the real sickener. The bar itself is even smaller than it used to be. More money plus less Freddo equals riots on the streets.
Fear not, Freddo, fix it.
Okay, this is a problem. He's saying it's Freddo's the problem, but it's inflation. Shrinkflation is a problem around the world. Can I buy them in America? Okay, Cadbury Freddo biscuits from the world market. $4.19. Should I order them? They have them at the LA Farmers Market, y'all. Oh no, they don't. They're out of stock. I have to try these. $7. Add to cart. Spend $63 more to reach the order minimum. Dang, I'm not going to do that. This is a problem. Yo, it's a problem. Where's Winston Churchill when you need him? Dead, that's where. Thanks, Winston. Let's get these biscuits straight, right?
Number 2, milk first. What's more frustrating than the go-to cultural cliche of tea drinking in general? The ongoing debate on exactly how to brew the perfect cuppa. It's obviously teabag first, but for some, it's milk then water. For others, it's water then milk. And it's more than just a personal preference too. Historically speaking, the way you made your tea was supposedly indicative of your social status, with the wealthier folk opting for water first because their higher quality china could withstand the boiling temperature. But as long as there's biscuits, does it really matter?
Cup of tea.
Wait, so some people put in the water in the milk and then the tea bag? But if you put the milk in before the brewing, it's making the water colder, which would not brew the same, right? This is not a problem. I've never heard of someone brewing tea with milk in it before the tea bag. It's not a problem. No. But I'm American, so I don't know anything about tea.
Number 1, text and email etiquette.
Soz.
Oh.
That last message was meant for someone else.
While we Brits have embraced communication technology just as adequately as everyone else, there are some pitfalls. Mostly because dry, emotionless sarcasm doesn't translate all that well into acronyms or emojis.
That's true.
And if it isn't friendly chit-chat that's causing us to overanalyze, it's the ins, outs, and unknowable nuances of the formal email. Because few things match the internal pressure we feel when trying to write a message to our boss, prospective boss, or in fact anyone who's not in our immediate circle of close friends and family, for fear of being misunderstood.
Dear Sir Stroke Madam, I'm writing to inform you of a fire which has broken out at the premises of... No, that's too formal.
Call us oversensitive if you will, irrational if you please, but for everyone's sake, just make your meaning clear. Do you agree with our picks?
No. Yo, that is a very British problem. Yeah, sarcasm doesn't work over text messages or emails, really. And a lot of the British humor is sarcasm. A lot of these problems, so-called problems, are like manners and etiquette, awkward social things, the pressure to be polite, the pressure to be viewed in a good light and not like a shoplifter or rule breaker. Or not even that, just someone to not be viewed as someone who inconveniences others. I see what they mean now, though. That makes sense, though. They're very British problems. A lot of these problems are not even anywhere on the American radar at all, and I kind of wish they would be. Speaking of British politeness, I found some posts. I'm going to read it. Is politeness common among British folks? Been here for about 5 months, and I like how polite and kind people are here. They thank the bus driver, they say sorry a lot, they help a stranger like me who's not European. It's not that I expected you to be racist, lol, but I also didn't expect this level of compassion. So I wonder, is this common in all of your cities? I've heard people in London are not so polite, but haven't been there yet. Outwardly, yes, and thanking the bus driver and bartenders, etc., is very standard. But if you piss someone off, they'll inwardly see that even if they won't say anything. This person says, not at all, you twat. I live in Gloucester, and we think very badly of people who don't hold doors and thank bus drivers. Manners are a big part of British culture. Please and thank you go a long way in the UK, so use liberally. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. One-to-one interactions like in shops, etc., I'd say politeness is still the standard. But on the streets, people are mostly trying to get about their day as quickly and efficiently as possible, so may not maintain the niceties. Same. Yes, I get it. Polite to people you don't know, absolute dickhead to your best mate. That's the rule. Your best mate only knows they are your best mate because you are truly awful to them. I say things to my best friend that I wouldn't even say to my enemy. I get that. Makes sense. I'm from Romania, and their politeness is one of the reasons I chose to come here. Worldwide politeness, y'all. Most people will hold a door open, say please, thank you, and apologize when necessary. It's why we form such orderly queues. Manners help to gloss over awkward encounters and help general day-to-day interactions. Manners help gloss over awkward encounters. I like that. Wow, British manners. Let me try some of that. Thank you all for watching. You're welcome for making this video. And I'm sorry it wasn't better. Thank you, you're welcome. I'm sorry. Please watch this video a second time. XXOO. Give my best to your Nan. Cheerio. Later.